cannot tell me that this doesn't work. You just cannot tell me this. I know too many people now that changed their lives completely because of this work. And I just wish for more people to experience this. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nora and I make videos about personal development, self-discovery, and how you can live a more joyful, fulfilled life. In today's video, I want to talk with you about how doing the Dr. Joe Dispenza Meditations for over 3 years now has changed my life in so many more ways than I could have ever imagined when I started it. So like many others, I found the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza when I needed it the most. And in my case, it was that I was dealing with terrible headaches that were chronic and that were happening a lot of the time, and they were really impacting my daily life. I had tried so many things, from doctors to alternative treatments to all kinds of diets, supplements. Believe me, I tried so many things, but nothing seemed to work for me, and my doctor told me that I would have to live with this condition for the rest of my life. And this is where I got interested, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to live with this condition for the rest of my life. And that is where I got to the point where I felt that I had to change something about me in order to change this condition. And it was after some time that I found Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. And this is what has truly shifted things for me. Because I am a science girl, I love to hear about the research. I love to hear the why of why we're doing it, because I didn't just believe anything would work, especially if after so many attempts of changing your diet, taking supplements, doing things with your lifestyle, and still you see no or little results. I was just not just gonna believe that some woohoo practice would help me, change this whole problem for me. But once I started reading the books, and especially becoming supernatural, things just made so much more sense to me. Like, I could understand what he was talking about, and I got fascinated with all the studies that they did, with the placebo effect, with the way you can use energy and intention and create your reality. And I read of so many people that got healed with this work, that if you were in such a situation yourself, you're just like, we're gonna do this. And this is where I got very enthusiastic about it, because for the first time, I remember I felt hope. I felt true hope that my condition was gonna change. I felt so much hope that I read of all these people that have been healing themselves because of this. They have been changing themselves, changing their beliefs of what is possible, and they saw the results. And in my case, I felt that these people had even way worse conditions than I was dealing with. So I felt like very empowered, like they can do it. So why wouldn't I? I was very motivated to do the work myself, because I wanted to experience what was possible. And I wanted to believe so much in this future where I would not have these headaches and where I could live a free and happy life. And by listening to so many of my podcasts and also to other videos, I started to believe more that this could also work for me. Like, it has worked for so many people, why wouldn't it work for me? Doing the meditations themselves was in the beginning not at all easy, because I expected to have like a calming, guided meditation where you're just being relaxed and everything. But no. The way Dr. Joe Dispenza talks and the way he says things in his meditation, I had to really get used to it, because I thought they were like a bit loud and very direct. And at first I remember going to my sister, like, I tried this meditation, but I'm a bit scared. Like, what do I do? So it took a little time to get used to them. So if you're struggling with the way the meditations are made, then please don't give up on yourself. Just try it out a few more times and you will notice that you will get used to it. And after some time, you don't really want to go back. So I started meditating, and I was meditating every day for like half an hour to say 2 hours a day. And I remember being a weekend away with my friends, and I would wake up earlier in the morning when everyone was still asleep, and I would just do my meditations in bed. And I remember feeling very motivated, because I knew this was something that could work for me. This was something that could change my life and could change my condition. And I somehow feel that this motivation is what you truly need, because in the first weeks, you really need to get yourself to do it. It's not always going to be comfortable. It's not going to be fun. Your body doesn't really want to change. Your body wants to keep things the same. And so you are starting like a battle with the old you, because you are saying, I want this new version of me. I want this healed and happy version of me that is living her life in freedom and in joy and without any pain. And this is a different version from who you are being most of the time, especially if you are dealing with pain, then it's especially hard. So you want to make these conscious choices all the time. You want to choose the new version of you. You want to choose your new reality. And I wouldn't say it's easy, but doing the meditations really helps you reconditioning your body to a new mind. And over time, you will notice that it will be easier for you to think positive thoughts, to think more unlimited thoughts. And it will be easier for you to shovel away from the negative thinking. It was after a few weeks or months that I started to notice that my headaches were decreasing. They were decreasing actually quite fast. And it was funny because at first I didn't really realize until I once got a headache and I was like, this has been a long time. Like I usually would get them a few times in a week. And all of a sudden I didn't have them for more than a week. And I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting, but let's continue. And I also noticed that once I got the headaches, I was less occupied with them. Like I was less giving myself permission to feel the feelings of the pain, or like I would just want to focus again on my new future, focus again on my new life. And I got so obsessed with this new version of me that I constantly was coming up with new ways that I wanted to change instead of just focusing on I want to heal the headaches. And this is what I think happens to everyone who does this work. You first come for one situation. You come for, say, health, or you want to come for wealth or a relationship. But everybody doing this work, in the end, changes in so many different ways, not just what you're coming for. And I've noticed that at a certain time, you are all coming for wholeness. You're coming for this feeling of joy. I noticed that after months of meditating every day, all kinds of different meditations, not only did my headaches go away and now they're fully gone, but many other things in my life shifted, which I didn't come up with first. But what I noticed that after a few years of meditating, it's not just that the headaches went away, because they went away completely, but it's also that I seem to have become a completely different person. Like I have way different and better relationships now with everyone in my life. I feel I can choose more for myself. I seem to have way more time, even though I also seem to do way more things. And I also seem to earn more money in less amount of time, which all of that seems crazy to me at first, but I've become more abundant. Like you're doing your meditations for health, but what actually happens is you become more whole and things start to just flow into your life. If you do your meditations for a specific topic, say health or wealth or a relationship, in the end of the day, you will become a more whole person. Everything in your life will feel more wholesome, and it affects every element of your life. I also noticed that I was feeling way more positive about my self talk. I was feeling uplifted by myself. I started to enjoy my own company way more than I used to. Like I would have a lot of negative self talk, and it truly doesn't serve you, but it's not just something you just instantly change. And I noticed that during the meditations, you become so aware of who you are being, and you are so aware of who you do want to be, that these automatically change. Like there's no way you're not changing the way you talk to yourself. I notice also that you start taking better care of your body, because in a way you feel more love for your body and you want to take care of it. So I noticed that I started eating better, started making healthier choices. I now regularly go to the gym. I love to work out. I didn't do this before my meditations. Like so many aspects of my life have changed, but they all have become more positive, more growth based, more like taking better care of myself and of the people around me, deeper loving relationships, and just a more fun, joyful, playful state of being, most generally. And I don't think it matters what it is that you're doing your meditations for, because in the end of the day, if you become more whole, which is what happens if you do this work, you will receive all of this. You will receive everything, because this is automatically what happens. If you become more whole, this is what you attract in your life. Like you are sending out the energy of a whole and happy, healthy person. And since you are the creator of your life, you are drawing the situations into your life that will reflect this internal state of being. And I wouldn't say it's easy to meditate every day or to work on this every day, because life can be very challenging and 3D situations can be very demanding. So it's definitely a very big commitment to do this work, but you will be so rewarded. Like you'll feel so good if you are actually doing this, because in a way you are choosing for a month more fun and more whole, more happy, a healthy life. And I must say that there are times when I am more committed to my meditations than other times. That I notice sometimes that if you are already very content with where you are, you're very happy, or like things are just going basically fine, that I can get into a zone where I just feel very comfortable, and I will just do like half an hour meditation or like some breath work of Dr. Joe Dispenza or anything like that, but not in a way that I'm like truly changing. But then I noticed that I also have some phases, and one of them is right now, where I just feel very much that I want to change because I know that there's a different level waiting for me there, and I just get all in. And this is the phase where I get very involved into the work, and I will do hour-long meditations if I can. And it's the phase where I just really disregard my sleep because I will want my meditation more. I want my future more than my current situation. And I will know if I'm in this state, I will get myself uncomfortable, sit in uncomfortable positions to do my meditation, to stay awake, to get into the perfect state of theta brainwaves where I can reprogram my subconscious. And once I get in this state again, I know it's kind of a game with myself, and then it gets to be a lot of fun. But I also know it's realistically not always possible to be this way. So I recently had a very busy period with my business, and I had to work a lot in the 3D, obviously, and I had to deal with problems and with situations. And then I just know that it's harder to get into this lovely state of like creating reality from your 5D state. And sometimes that can feel so frustrating because I will then know that there are ways that things can go more flow for me, and then I know I'm not there yet. Oh, that's it's not a pleasant state to be at, because if you know, if you have tasted what it's like, if things are going with flow, if you are in this creative process where you have time for your meditations, where you feel like things are changing, you're seeing synchronicities all of the time, that's a great state to be at. But I think it's realistic, and it's a good reminder for us all that that's not probably what we are going to be at all the time. I want to say, watch out if you start doing the Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations, because you have no idea how your life is going to change, and it will change in many more ways than you currently expect. But I know it's all going to be for the better. And it can also imply that there will be phases in your life where you have to say goodbye to the old, and things will be kind of seem like falling apart. But in the end of the day, that will be a good thing. So if there's relationships breaking down, or if there's living situations that need to be changed, or maybe work, if you're currently going through that now, I know it's not easy, but you have to trust the process. But if you are doing this work and you want your future more than your current situation or things from your past, then there's no going back. Then everything that will happen in your life, all the shifts that will be happening, all the changes that will make, will eventually serve you. And this is a deep trust and knowing that I have now, because I have experienced this so often. So often things seem to shift in a bad way, but at the end of the day, it was something that had to happen for you to live the life that you truly want. And there are certainly meditations that I really prefer or that are my favorites. There are also certain meditations that I use for some specific circumstances or like problems. But in the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what I did, what my meditations are, or what your meditations are. It's all about the process of change. Because if you stick to doing these meditations, you take a moment out of your day to focus on your future, then that's already changing the way your day is going to go. Like, you are making a conscious choice to go after your future more than to like hang in the problems of the past. You will notice that you want to talk about your problems less. You will notice that you want to be around energetic, uplifting people. You will want to be around people that believe in your possibilities, believe in your future. You don't really want to watch a lot of movies with like violence or horror movies, or like bad things that are happening, or very sad movies, because you will notice that it brings your energy down. And if you get in this state where you can regard it as a game to change who you are being to who you want to be, to the person that's already living in their future, to the person that's healed, that's happy, that's joyful, that's abundant, all of these feelings, if you can embody them now and you regard your day as a game, there's no way you're not going to get it. And this is just something I can truly say. I really believe that anything is possible now. I believe that if you want, but it's got to be a conscious choice and you got to make it every day. So I wouldn't say it's very easy, but you still got to, because you still got to be there with it. But if you really want something and you're willing and able to do the work, I don't know if there's anything that's going to stop you, because that's the beauty of the quantum world. That's the beauty of creating from 5D. It's so much more fun than creating from matter to matter 3D, where you have to work hard for things. Like, for instance, I would have never thought that I would have started a YouTube channel exposing myself on the internet with all the things that I'm saying right now. It seemed to be the most scary thing for me out there 3 years ago. But I have changed. I have become a different person. And I can truly say that I know now what is possible. And I have seen too many good things happening to people once they start doing this work. And doing these meditations every day, committing with yourself that you're going to do that, is an act of the greatest amount of love you can have for yourself. And I truly believe that it's possible for everyone. I believe it's possible to change any type of situation, because in the quantum, it doesn't really matter what your current situation is. You are gonna embody a blueprint of a new life, and it will figure its way out. And you don't even have to know how. But just like Einstein said, the field is the sole governing agency of the particle, which means if you change your field, if you change your energetic blueprint, if you say, this is who I am changing who I am becoming right now, this is my new me, you are changing the blueprint, your energetic blueprint in the field. And guess what? The reality is not impacting the blueprint. It's the other way around. So it's blueprint first. If you create a new reality and you're truly embodying it, and you are so believing that it's possible for you, and you are sending the signal out, you are doing your meditations, you're creating your new reality, then there is no way the 3D world, the matter to matter world, cannot react, because it has to. It has to react to who you are being. You can literally create your reality. You can create anything you want. I know this is not easy to grasp at first, because it's not what we're being taught at school. It's not what we are being learned in our society. But you are so much more unlimited than who many people think they are. And if you let yourself taste a little bit of this divineness, taste a little bit of what is possible, then you are signing up for a more adventurous, a more fun, a more joyful, and healthier life. So I hope to inspire you to take a chance, go try these meditations for yourself, and don't give up. I would love to hear if you've done Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations and what the effects are on your life. If you also came for a specific topic like health or wealth or like a relationship, and if you're also experiencing that it changes everything in your life, I love to read these comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.